Closeteers. As you can see, this is not actually my closet. This is my car. I got a little held up over this last week doing my trying to get the show done for now. But you know, whatever. I got a little bit behind. I was working on that commission that I talk about on the show. And this is easy because it's already, middle of the night. Anyways, let's see, what did we talk about? I talked about my commission. We smoked up, we drank up, a little bit more there. A little bit of celebrity shit going on. Mainly talked about what's going on with the Smith family and with Britney Spears. And also this is what I look like with a mask on. So, that's it. Real quick intro for y'all. I'm just waiting for it to take a minute. There it goes. 1 minute. Anyways, episode number 16 we're on now. So yeah, it's gonna be like a day late, whatever. I keep pushing it back. Eventually I'm gonna get back to just Mondays. Or Monday nights being out, but for now, whatever. Enjoy it. Enjoy the episode and have a good night. Alright, fuck it. I thought that I solved this glitching issue. Apparently I didn't. Well, I kinda did. Had something to do with the ring light on my cam. And I have no idea why this shit's blurry either, so whatever. That's just the fucking way podcast is gonna go. All I can do is try and be cool. So, yeah, let's do this. Let me get more comfortable. Number 16, up on the board. Not quite up on the charts, but, that's just the way it goes. All right, here, I'm glitching a little bit less now, but I'm still glitching. Fucking Christ. Anyway. So, how's everybody been? Sounds good. Cool. I'm just imagining. Yeah, I've been holding up. Finally getting back to work. My back's actually doing really good. Still waiting on my ankle to heal up. Got a nice golf ball going on. Golf ball swelling in my ankle here. But, whatever. Eventually I'll be running wild and free. Anyways, so today we're going to light up again. And this time, smoking a Nug Premium THCA Diamond Infused Pre-Roll. And I'm for it here, I think. Yeah, that's about as good as that's going to get. I don't know why this thing's blurry. I was working on my my other web series, or my YouTube series that I told you about that I was going to do. And I didn't have any problems there. No, it's a different webcam, but it's similar. I might just have to get another one of those for my laptop here. I don't fucking know. But let's keep that open. Oh, that's a nice pop. See how it's cool with these pre-roll things? You just squeeze the ends. They pop open like that. Alright. I haven't had a blunt in a little bit. Burn that off. Oh yeah. Smelling good already. Alright. Not bad. What I think my fan might be. A little strong. There we go. Maybe I just have too many things hooked up because it's a... well, no. Fuck, I don't know. Let me try something. Well, that's interesting. I turned off my fan and I stopped glitching, but... Well, there we go. Alright, if I leave it on the lowest setting, it doesn't glitch. But then it gets hot in here. No, whatever. I'm sacrificing for you people. Woe is me, I gotta drink and get high for you guys. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. It's been a bit. Because I'm a little rusty. Apparently, smoking a blunt's a bit like riding a bike, except you're going to hit a few trees along the way on the comeback. Okay. Give it a second. We'll take a few hits later. I also talked last time about I started using the wonderful tavour app. It's on iOS. I don't know about Android. I don't really care about Android either. But basically it's an app service that lets you get a hold of small time and rare craft beers from around the country, which is pretty cool. And in some cases around the world, I did see a couple that were from Belgium. No surprise there, but they were a little expensive. Actually, I did see on the app they had one bottle that was like $50 per bottle. Let me pull that shit up. Oh yeah. Say from Deschutes, they have a brew called the Abyss. It's an Imperial Stout at 11%. It's a 2013 reserve, so that thing's been aging for a while. And let's take a look at it. Yeah, 22-ounce bottle for $50. It must be good. Or just like an extremely limited run. Oh yeah, but here they have a lambic from Belgium, from the brewery Three Fontainen. Or I think by brewery they actually mean Abbey. Let's see how much that one costs. That one is $35 for a 750 milliliter bottle. I think that's a little bit bigger. Anyways, so yeah, you can pick out beers that they have featured, which it goes on a it cycles through about 10 or so at a time. Or you can sign up and do a subscription where you get a box of either 6 or 12 beers, either every month, every other month, or every 3 months, which I went for the 3 months because, I'm not really making that much money, especially now. But, like I said, I have been able to get back to work. And the point that I was meant to make with Tavour is I went ahead and pulled another brew from the last box I got. It's condensing. All right, I'm going to have wet shorts, but it's Inclinecider Company. I don't know how well you can see it. Here we go. Inclinecider. It's a prickly pear cider. 6.9, basically 7%. That's not bad. 100% fresh pressed apples. That was really funny. Is you could tell this is a bit of a bigger can, but it's what was it? It is, where the fuck is it? Oh, I guess just look at the front. Yeah, 19-ounce can. Serving size is 12 ounces. So, whatever. We're overdoing it. Ooh, nice crack. Let's see how this tastes. Not bad. It's a nice pear cider. And let's see, where were they? I believe they're from Washington State. Yeah, Auburn, Washington. Inclinecider Co. Check it out. So, I'll be on that a little bit. That's cool. 9 minutes in and I haven't talked about a goddamn thing. Except for some bullshit. Fuck out of here. Sorry, just some loose paper. There we go. Just burn it off. Sorry, a little bit of dead air. You would know better if you were watching. Which you should watch. Go check out the YouTube channel for this. And I will also eventually have my hobby YouTube channel going. But, yeah, it's just slow. What am I doing? What am I doing? What have I been doing this week? Well, now that my body really, now that my body's better and I can, run around and do stuff. I actually had a hobby commission that I picked up from a guy at my local hobby shop. I actually picked it up before my back went to shit, so that obviously didn't help anything, but I actually just finished banging it out before starting the podcast here. So, at least I don't have to deal with that anymore. And fortunately, my boy was understanding of, what was going on. And, being that we're all in lockdown, it's not like you're going to be going anywhere anytime soon to enjoy the fruits of my labor anyway. So it's all good. God damn. Let me put this thing out. Smoking up the old closet. It's a good blunt. It's not hitting me too strong. So let's actually get into some stuff. I might add in some postapocalypse later, but not at this sitting. Plus, that's literally all I did last week. Another thing I've been doing, not only this week, but also while I was laid up, I'm sure most people have been everybody's been binging something on the TV. I've been binging a nice little show called Bobsburgers. It's an animated show from Fox. And it's basically just about, I want to say New England family. And, Bob's Burgers, they live above and work in a burger shop. And this show is, I don't, but before the pandemic, I'm not going to say pandemic anymore. That's not right. Before lockdown, I'd seen a few episodes here and there, and I always liked it, but, now, especially after binging through it, I fucking love this show. And it's interesting because one of my old bosses is also a huge fan, and even went to the live Bob's Burgers that they did. I don't remember where that was, though. Alright, now the smoke's starting to hit me. Or it's probably just that first puff, but I think the show is like completely finished. there's definitely a few seasons. I'm all the way up to season 8 now, but I don't really know how many seasons there are left. I'll just keep going until there's no next. That'll be a sad day. But it's not this day. Or, well, it may be. Technically, it's already tomorrow. I usually end up recording pretty late at night. But, actually, one of the things that I found interesting for any of y'all that follow the news, or the social news, I guess I should say, couple of different shows, namely one that I can't remember at the moment. The one with Nick Kroll, Big Mouth. One of their voice actors, or actresses, I should say, actually, Jenny Slate. I'm not the first to talk about this, but anyway, she left the show because she was a Jewish woman voicing a black woman. Whatever. Which, that's one thing if it's like live action, because then she would have been doing blackface, which is a whole other problem in and of itself. But we're talking about animated shows, where until this happened, I would have had no idea who it was. But the reason I'm speculating that the show's already over is, so now there's like this whole thing with about people in animated shows or features voicing over characters that are like radically different, either race or gender wise. Now, if you look up the voice cast for Bob's Burgers, it's a family of 5 and plus side characters and stuff. Of the main characters, three of the main characters, like 3 or 4 are females, including the mom and the 2 sisters. Of all the main characters, one is voiced by a woman. Kristen Shaw voices Louise. Very, very cool. I like all their performances in there. But the rest of them are guys. The mom's played by a guy. And the older sister is also a guy. And then there's like some other female side characters, like the old grumpy old lady who owns the art store. And there's some other ones. Also, the school secretary. They're very obviously voiced by male voice actors, and I would say it's actually funnier that way if you hear it. Anyways, hashtag do your own fucking work and go watch Bob's Burgers for yourself. It's a cool show, and you don't see anybody trying to cancel them, right? All right, I got a couple more things I can go ahead and get into. Now, I am not one of these people who... Well, they say the 3... Like the 3 human vices or goals or whatever is... what is it? Money, fame, and power, right? Now, To me personally, fame doesn't really mean that much, or much of anything at all. Or I guess I should say, I would put it in a different category. For myself, it's fame isn't really an end, but it's a means to that end, i.e., a means to money or power. But I mean, I don't know. So the point being is that I don't really take stock in fame. I don't really. I do I do care. I will. Fame will mean something to me. It just in the sense of like, if someone's, bombarded to me all the time, like, I obviously know who, like, the ultra famous people are in the world, like actors and such like that, and then just, in other areas. The point being is that I'm not, my main focus isn't fame or famous people. Except for now. So, one thing that's came out recently is, I'm sure you all know a little guy named Will Smith and his wife have been having some more scandalous things come out. Apparently, I guess they took like a break from each other a little bit, and she went off and banged one of her stepson's friends, who was like half their age actually, and like technically they were still married, which technically makes that cheating, I guess. But apparently, the other thing is apparently that they have a weird arrangement going on, and he even like gave this kid his blessing to fuck his wife. Whatever. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't do that personally. And that got me to thinking. One podcast that I listen to myself all the time is Your Mom's House with the wonderful comedians Tom Segura and Christina Pajitsky. But a while back they a few times brought up apparently Jada is in the habit of posting, just like weird shit on social media. Just kind of like crazy things like, your mind is either a forest or a desert, like that, like really hippy dippy weird shit. And then I begin to think, I feel like all of this weird shit with the Smiths started happening after David Blaine visited their house, right? I don't know. David Blaine had that mini-series for a while, or I guess it was just a series. It was like a couple seasons, but there were a couple times where he visited celebrities, including Harrison Ford. We actually like tried to kick him out of his house after whatever he did, but yeah, there was one episode he visited Will Smith and like the whole family and performed tricks, or well, not tricks. I'm sorry, don't curse me, David Blaine. Performed magic, and not to be stereotypical, but he had them people running all over the house. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not sure how long ago that was, but kind of seems that maybe he affected them in some rather long-reaching, long-lasting way. He broke their brains. That's what I'm saying. Maybe. It is David Blaine. For all I know, he probably has a way to reach in and just kind of like a little bit here and there. I bet if you asked him, like, if he could touch someone's brain, you know what, that would he would probably say yes, and then it would go very, very horribly. 'Cause then, I mean, he's already pushed his luck quite a bit, especially in the one of the last episodes. His trick is to swallow kerosene and then spit it back out, causing like fires and shit like that.
That's not something that I would do. But I don't know. I saw the episode a long time ago, and I'm getting to the point where it's, harder for me to remember some things or form coherent thoughts. Should do again right now. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Hell, I even forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, I was talking about forgetting things, actually. And that brings me to my other bit of celebrity stuff. Now, I personally don't, and again, mega famous people, Britney Spears. Now, I personally don't, follow what she's been doing. I don't really follow her career. And for the most part, you didn't have to, because if you had cable TV, you already knew what it was, right? But, again, being a listener of Your Mom's House, they also started going into Britney Spears, like her current things that are going on with her. And, well, if you ever see any of her current videos, she looks like an insane person. Unfortunately, that apparently seems to be true. And I say unfortunately, and not naturally either, but forced. Because I know everybody knows that her career has been, a fucking roller coaster, mostly going down. That's a good one. I gotta remember that. But no, she's had a bad time, so to speak. In her career and in her personal life, she was married with that Federline guy for a little bit, and they did have a couple kids, I think, or maybe there was somebody later. I don't know, but it was fucked up, and also completely public. And she is now in a excuse me. She's now subject to a conservatorship. Well, someone's walking around the house with her dad. And now what that means is basically whoever has a conservatorship with you is kind of similar to like a legal guardian. Although in this case it's her dad, so I guess similar to like a parent, right? But what it basically means is that person would have power of attorney with you. But hers is okay. So here's the thing. I saw a post somewhere kind of going into. Well, I just thought that she was kind of going nuts, right? But I saw a post that kind of outlined, a lot of the things that are going on with her currently and have happened before that I didn't know about, that really shed some light on her situation. So yeah, Britney Spears was basically, she got famous at a very young age, right? The first interesting thing that this post said was that, so you all know what she sounds like. She kind of has that baby voice going on. Apparently, that is not her natural singing voice, or was not. But and from what this person was saying, it must be somebody who's like close to her or knows. But she says that her natural singing voice would have been a lot closer to Christina Aguilera's, which is a lot deeper and a lot different. But everybody who was in charge of her career, basically forced her to stick with the baby voice. And so right there, that's that's me hitting puberty. But right there, that's a lot of, psychological trauma, because you're basically being told your entire young adult life and into your adult life, don't be you, be this other thing that we want you to be. But, like, internally, physically. And it, apparently it would cause, like, some weird mnemonic thing with her vocal cords. I don't know, it said permanent damage. I don't have the post, and I don't know. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about her. But, so there is that. And then, of course, we've already seen her, have her meltdown on TV. She basically ran around bald with a bat in public or something like that. I don't know. Again, I don't remember a lot of things. Actually, I am remembering quite a bit of things. I guess this is just a good blend for me. But I did just forget what I was going to say, so maybe not. Oh, right. So, all these things happen. She kind of has a comeback a little bit. But, so at some point, I guess her dad, like, after Britney was kind of, like, famous and has been kind of starting to, wane off again, her father, I guess, managed to get temporary conservatorship over her. Something happened. I don't remember exactly what it was, but no. So this is when she was doing her residency in Vegas. A couple of years ago, and it was very strict. Like she couldn't really do. She wasn't allowed to do a lot of things, and but yeah. So her dad had temporary conservatorship, which lasted for like 6 months. Something happened that kind of pushed her over the edge, right? And she'd already had mental problems, and apparently wasn't really allowed to see her kids that much. I think I remember they were saying that she only had like 30% custody. And apparently part of that was because her dad actually attacked one of her kids. So I don't know, that whole family's fucked up. And she's paying the price, basically. But, anyways, then eventually somehow her dad managed to get permanent conservatorship, which is like, it's one of those things that you should only be able to get in the case of somebody who's, maybe a paraplegic or is irreversibly insane or is brain dead, right? Someone who cannot survive a day without another person's help. But he somehow managed to claim her as having insanity or something like that, and has permanent conservatorship over Britney Spears. And apparently the details of this are that he has power of attorney over her. She is not allowed to leave her house without his permission. And I mean, it's a mansion. It's a big ass house, but yeah, she's not allowed to leave. I think there was something to do with the phone. I don't entirely remember. There's still the whole custody over kids thing. But then also the ones that really get me is that she's not allowed to spend her own money without approval, and she's not allowed to see how her money is being spent for her. So basically what's happening with her is you have a mentally unstable person who is already worth, you know, millions of dollars. And continually. And is, you know, pretty much being locked away in a cell. It's a very big cell of her own house, but, I mean, still. Like, there isn't even an ankle bracelet involved. So, I don't know. But yeah, family has problems, and, you know, poor Britney's paying the price for it in pretty much every way. Mentally, physically, financially, image-wise, I don't know. But yeah. Maybe that family just needs David Blaine to pull a few aces out of someone's ass, and maybe that'll unfuck them. Who knows? And maybe we will someday unfuck this camera situation that we got going on here. But again, who knows? Whatever. I will log off for now, and I'll see you guys later. Again, you know, if you're listening now, I know I don't have any listeners right now. I've gone and looked, but so what I will say is, if you're coming back to listen to previous episodes,